Let me show you what kind of steps you should take when you're working on this create a map assignment. As an example, I have data for nationwide murder rates, 1996 to 2014. This is listed by state. We're just going to look at 2014. These are the number of murders per 100,000 people. I know it's not really a happy-go-lucky kind of statistic, but here we go anyway. First thing I'm going to do is, after I realize that I have a good amount of data here, that I might want to bookmark this so I can save it for the next day when I want to keep going back to it. So I recommend that you bookmark your website that you find up in here. When you click bookmarks and add it to your bookmarks, bookmark this page. I'm going to look at this data here in 2014. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it to see what is the lowest number I see. And I see some that are 1.6, 0.9. Those are probably the lowest. And then I also want to look at what are the highest. So what I want to do is find my range of lowest to highest. So I see some that are 8.6, 10.3. Nothing's higher than 10.3. So at that point, I see what my range is from my lowest number to my highest number, and that will help me make a legend that makes sense. Here is a blank US map, and if you chose a kind of map that would have the United States, I would give you a map like this, and some of you know some of these states, some of you know most of them, or maybe none of them, but you can always get open up a tab that shows you what each of these states really are, and then you can locate them and label them. So I know that my range for my legend is between about 0.9 and 10. And you're going to be doing this on a piece of paper. I'm just showing you an example on the computer. So as I know that my range is 0 to 10, you want to divide this up in between 4 or 5 or 6 different categories here. I'm going to go 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, and then everything 8 plus. 0 to 2, I'm just going to say that let's see. We'll go with, now you can do any color you want. Usually to make a map really useful, there's some sort of reasoning behind their colors, so it makes it easier to locate. So I'm going to try going with yellow being a very light one. And you want to make sure that you label this correctly. So in this case, it's not just 0 to 2, it's 0 to 2 murders per 100,000. And you're gonna have a little bit more space on your map than I have here. Something like that would be the yellow. Then 2 to 4, I'm gonna change that color to be orange. 4 to 6, we'll go some type of color in between orange and red, maybe. Maybe like a light red. 6 to 8, I will make that just a normal red. And then 8 plus, I'm going to make that brown. You can use a different color scheme. You could use levels of gray, but the reason why I did this is so it makes it a little easier to notice as you're going when someone's going through. Okay, so something like that, where you can kind of tell the as the colors get a little darker, you know that that would be that the numbers are getting higher. So after I created my legend, I would also want to make a title. And my title would go up here somewhere. You'll have a little bit more white space than me. So give your title, or give your title a meaning that connects to your information. It'll look a little bit better than that. Then you should also include, so we have a title, I have a legend, my symbols are going to be what's colored on here. You can draw a compass rose and a scale as well on your map. I'm not going to do that now, but you should know how to draw a compass rose pretty easily. So once I get that covered, then I look over this and I see Alabama is 5.7. Look over here, and that would be orange. So I would take my, take your colored pencil, your crayon, your marker, find Alabama, and then color that in that color, which would be orange. Now I don't have a drawing tool on here, but you could get the idea here. Like here's Alabama. I would color that in to be orange, just like that shows up there. 4 to 6. Then I would go through and keep going down. Alaska is 5.6. So I go over here. They're also that same orange color. So I go in, insert this shape again, or color it in this orangish color. And if I'm doing it on my own map, I would actually color in the whole state. But I don't, like I said, I don't have a drawing tool like that, but you get the idea. And then just go through all the states by state to fill that in until your whole map is colored and it contains a title, a legend, scale, compass, your symbols are colored. And that about covers it.